What's up, Team Sony Gamers? It is Jon and Nate here with you guys today, and this is an exciting video. So I do have to apologize quickly here. The audio for this recording did not work out like we had planned. Yeah, Birdie, you're here too, we know. And so unfortunately, we do not have the gameplay audio for this one. So I've gone ahead and thrown in an audio track here, and I'm going to chime in a bit as the video progresses. But this is exciting because this was the first time Nate and I got to actually play some Disney Lorcana against each other. So we were still trying to figure out how best to work the camera angle for this. It's definitely one thing to try to film in sort of the YouTube landscape when you're doing this way. Most likely we're going to be looking at needing to get a higher mount camera for gameplay videos like this. But yeah, go ahead guys, enjoy this one here. Basically the way Lorcana works is you have your opening hand. You want to go ahead and try to put out ink into your inkwell, and then basically you're exhausting that ink to play cards out into the field. Those cards come out exhausted, and then once it's your turn, you start by readying your card. You draw, you ready your ink and your cards in play, and then you can do a number of different things. You can attack, you can go ahead and sort of quest, which would get you more lore, and the object of the game is to try to get to 20 lore. And your characters have different abilities written on the cards, just like every TCG. And basically they also have little indicators as to whether they can be used as ink or not, little indicators on how much sort of reward you get for questing them. Basically here we're just playing straight out of the box starter decks. Nate and I have found that they've worked pretty well, evenly matched. If we do upgrades to the decks, we like to try to be able to keep them balanced to sort of have like a fun game. We don't want it to be just one-sided. I mean, that's not enjoyable for anyone there. So yeah, go ahead, kick back and relax, guys, and I will jump in with some stuff that I can try to recover from the original audio. So this Mickey that Nate has in play can actually quest for 2 lore, so he can definitely ramp up his lore there. And then also, guys, something we didn't realize when we were filming, we are using actually the app for Disney Lorcana to track our game. It sort of keeps record of your matches and things like that, but unfortunately that was too far off to the side. The wide lens wasn't capturing that when we were filming, so that's why you don't see us moving our paper trackers, which is great. I think it's awesome that the starter decks come with basically everything you need. The game mat, I like this concept where you kind of just use the central parts of the game mat and then work your way off of them that way. And it's also ambidextrous, so it can be set up for left-hand or right-hand players, depending on the space you have to play in, and things like that. But yeah, it's great to see sort of all that. They've got the damage counters, they've got the lore tracker, everything you sort of need to get started. And something I love that I wish they had in Pokemon, but they have in other games. Digimon has it, Dragon Ball Super has it, and even MTG used to have it. I don't know if they still have it, but each starter deck comes with a booster pack, which is tons of fun. It gives people the opportunity to have a deck, to learn how to play the game, and then they can jump in and get the excitement of what it feels like to be cracking packs. So it looks like Nate's going to reset his guys here, take his turn, and continue from there. So this is where Nate was really trying to decide if he wanted to try and attack my characters or quest himself. You can only attack a character that has been exhausted from questing or doing an action. And then also some characters like my Pongo that I have in play here, they have like an evasive type skill. That means that they can only be attacked by another character with that same skill. Sort of giving them a bit of protection to go out, do their questing, and they can only be attacked if your opponent has specific cards able to do so. Pongo on the table also has double lore, which means that when I quest with him, he is bringing me in 2 lore on the lore tracker. Yeah, see it's a bit cut off here again, but it does look like Nate has his Wizard Mickey down on his right hand section there, trying to pull it back in frame, but it is definitely hard to shoot in this aspect from certain angles. So he again trying to make that decision if he's gonna go for it or if he should take out some of my guys that are exhausted, and he goes for it. He decides to quest with all of his characters. Now that I've readied it, you guys can see in the very top of the frame, my most right card, that is Mad Hatter. It is just a basic card from the starter deck, but it can quest for 3. And I know that that is what ended up being a big change in this for me versus Nate. When I was questing with Pongo and Mad Hatter, I was questing for 5, just those 2 cards. And then I've got Meg and another card here, so that really pushed me over the edge, and I ended up taking the game from Nate. And that's the match, everyone. Thank you so much for joining. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. We have another Lorcana play video coming out soon. As always, make sure you comment, share, like, subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next one.